What's up?
What's up, guys and gals? We are back.
Episode 14.
14.
Yeah.
You can just hear the excitement, right?
Woo! Hella excited.
Oh, it's been a long week, so that might explain a few things. But at least for me, it might have
Ben's been pissy all week. I just hear him in the other room pissed off all week.
Yeah, there's just a lot of frustrations, man. And then, well, we can talk a little bit about that because I got.
There's gonna be extra long rants with Ben today.
It's funny. I sat here and said I didn't have much to talk about, but I'm sitting here writing down things as I go because I have things to talk about. Just I guess just neglect of writing them down or something. But
yeah.
But yeah, how you guys doing? Glad to be here. Glad you're joining us. If you are, if you're not, wish you were. And yeah, this is the virus where we talk about things like what? Health, art,
science, conspiracy theories.
There you go. Crazy shit, logical shit.
Basically everything.
Pretty much everything. Yeah. Anything you want to request. If you got some reviews, we haven't had many of those. I honestly would encourage you guys, give us more reviews, give us some requests on stuff because we got a list of stuff we're gonna get on dive into as well. But I'd really be interested in reviewing some stuff for you guys. If it's a documentary or some kind of article or something like that, or just your thoughts, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So but yeah, here we are again. We got some places for you to find us.
I forgot them. Let me find them. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, live every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and then follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Nice. In case you haven't noticed, we're drinking as well. So this is a podcast where we're going to be promoting Corona.
Hey, we're not sponsored, but like, if you want to sponsor us, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, all proceeds do not go to Corona Extra. Yeah. La Cerveza Más Fina.
Look at us. So definitely donate.
But yeah, this is a podcast where we're just gonna get hammered. Not just kidding. He might get hammered, but
I might get a little bit buzzed. We got 5 people in here right now. What's up, everyone?
Dude, what is up, peeps? Yeah, don't be shy. Chime in. Let's hear how your day was, how your week was, and what you got on your mind.
Yeah. What's up, Shadow King? How's it going?
Oh, okay. That is really hard to read. Until you just said that, I was like, what does that say?
It's the Shadow King.
It's the 3 that throws me off, man. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
I'm pretty good. Ben's a little pissy, but I think he's good.
No, I'm actually really good today. I just I've been short with people, yeah. But just because, yeah, you know how you get just a run of, I don't want to call it bad luck, just a run of negative shit happening.
I mean, you can't be positive all the time. You can't have good things happening all the time. Like sometimes you're just annoyed for a few days. Man, I have my weeks too. So
yeah, I hate that though, man. I fucking hate that, and especially because I don't know. Well, we'll talk a little bit about it, and kind of what I'm referring to is about the law of attraction, basically, and it's a topic I want to talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm very well aware of the law of attraction, and having negative thoughts is going to attract more negativity, and you're going to basically be reliving that negative experience over and over.
Yeah,
and
I've been avoiding this guy because he's been so negative.
I think you just avoid life in general, so even when I'm positive, I don't see you.
That's true.
But no, I hear you, and I don't blame you.
You were doing something the other day. I'm like, hey man, you busy? You're like, yeah, I'm fucking. You're like, and I was like, all right, I'll just leave you the fuck alone.
I was knee deep in something, yeah, and that's how it's been. I just got a laundry list of shit to do, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
And so it's just time. That's really what it is. Time has been a motherfucker for me lately.
What are today's controversial topics? Do you have? I don't know if we have any controversial.
I don't know if we got controversial. Maybe I was going to talk a little bit about Inslee again. That could be controversial. Not much. I do. The statement you heard on my recorder, that could be controversial. Maybe. Who knows? You be the judge. We got a few things to talk about.
If you want to bring up a topic, if it's not too crazy, we might talk about it. If you have something you want us to
yeah, if you got a particular controversial topic,
Throw around, yeah.
we'll review it. Let's kick around some ideas and thoughts, man.
I'm 28. Since you're asking,
don't mind me asking. I'm 37. I'm an old fogey, man. Yeah. I'm a geriatric.
And I'm almost 30, so.
How old do we look? We should have did that first, man.
Fuck.
Damn it. Dang it. Yeah, you're 15. That's awesome, dude. I thought the Shadow King was one of your buddies. No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's right. You were on last podcast, huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
You look close to your 20s. Oh, hell yeah.
What, you?
That's
gotta be you.
You're the one who asked the question.
That's gotta be you, man.
Also, the 3 and the O in your name, don't mess me up because I've played way too many online games in my life for that.
Yeah, it was just me. Like I said, it's just my old side, man. The 3 and the 0 threw me off because I guess I'm old. Hey, we appreciate the compliments, though, man. On the age there, that's cool, man. We try to stay young. I try to stay young. I try to do shit that keeps me fresh, and hopefully that's apparent. But you know, sometimes you just can't avoid the gray hair and all that shit, which I've definitely dodged a bullet. What's weird is I see like people in their 30s getting gray hair.
My hair's going gray, so
that's crazy.
I just have really thick hair, so you can't see. You know what I mean? I have so much hair that kind of masks the gray hairs. But yeah, I'm getting them.
But then again, we were talking about this. Gray hair doesn't really, label you old because people get gray hair at young ages. But for some reason, for me, when I see gray hair, I think old.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is gray hair, I think, makes you look older than if you were just balding. I think if you're a guy that just shaves your head, you're like Jason Statham looking, you don't necessarily look old.
Right.
But if you have gray hair, you will look old.
Or the ring. What do you call that?
Skullet.
The skullet, yeah, dude. If you got the skullet, that makes you look hella old. You got that Phil Collins look going on.
Yeah, I'm thinking if my hair starts going too much gray, I might do that like silver thing, where people dye all their hair silver and just kind of commit.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty hard to mask gray hair with like the brown and stuff because it keeps fading and it never looks completely natural.
You should have it silver and then black tip it.
Black tip it? I was thinking just having the roots black and the rest of it.
Or vice versa. Yeah, there you go.
Get a little ombre. It's not called an ombre, but I don't know what else it's called. You know what an ombre is when the girls have like the dark hair and then it like fades to another color.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, but yeah, pleasure to have you back, man. I would say I'd rather look a tad bit 16, but you look like you're 12. Hey, that's not a bad thing, man. Hopefully as you get in your later years, you'll retain that youth as well.
And my best friend's like a day older than me, and since we've been like 23, he's looked like he was 35, 40, so Cody.
Nice. But yeah, so yeah, feel free to chime in with any controversial things. I forgot to say this last time, but you know how I was talking about Ensley making masks mandatory? Mm-hmm. Well, I was watching a video where he was giving a speech, and he was at a rally or a what do you call that? A gathering. Let's call it a gathering.
I think I know which video you're talking about. Go on.
Yeah. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts if you did see this. But he basically was talking to everybody without a mask, and everybody had a mask around him. And this is after I think he made the
yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say, right? He was like, yeah, okay, so we're all gathered here as leaders. And then he made the comment, I chose to not wear my mask to exercise my, what do you call that? Some kind of right.
First Amendment.
First Amendment. He said, I chose not to wear my mask to exercise my First Amendment. So does that mean he's encouraging other people to exercise their First Amendment? I'm real confused because it was so mandatory, right? That
I have a few kind of thoughts. First of all, I think he's just mandating masks so that if he doesn't actually believe in it, and because you should lead by example. If he doesn't actually believe in it, then isn't he just doing it to save his own ass? Mandating masks that way, if anything bad happens, he's like, if he didn't mandate masks, and then people are like, you could have saved lives by telling us to wear masks. Then,
oh yeah.
So he's like, covering his own
ass. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and that that just leads me to believe that he doesn't actually care. He cares more about himself.
Probably.
That's a selfish.
Probably most political leaders are kind of narcissistic.
Right. I guess
so,
I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so hilarious to hear him say that. He was like, "Yeah, I chose to exercise my First Amendment," and everybody's like, "Wait, I thought this was a serious matter."
Politics in this country are a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah, so that's exactly my thoughts. I thought it was a fucking joke when I heard him say that. I was just like, this guy, I thought he actually cared, dude.
I believe in the science. I mean, I don't care if it's mandated or not. Since I have masks now, I'm going to wear them when I can, but
yeah,
not because a politician's like, you have to fucking do it. I'm doing it because the scientists are like, yeah, it might, increase your chances of not getting it. So I'm like, all right, cool.
It's funny because I went to another job today, and the homeowner was like, he stuck his hand out to shake my hand, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then he pulled back. He was like, wait. Yeah, he was like, and I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm okay. If you're okay with shaking hands, I'll shake your hand. He's like, yeah, what the hell? It was funny though. He did this little, back and forth in his head for a split second after he put his hand out to invite me, and then we're like, oh.
I don't know, dude. I've refused some handshakes before the virus, just because
it's rude. No.
I think it's rude for your dirty ass to stick your hand out and expect me to grab your dirty ass.
Someone stuck their hand out, and you're just like. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. But I remember,
backhanded or something.
Yeah, I think what was I doing? I was like out at some social event. And this dude came up to me. He didn't look very clean, I think, if I remember correctly. And he tried to shake my hand, and I was like, no offense, but I'm just a germaphobe, dude, so I'm not going to.
I mean, that's reasonable if he didn't look very clean,
Yeah, but I just think it's a weird kind of social norm anyway.
To answer your question, no, we did not name this podcast The Virus because of the coronavirus. It was actually just a thought that was inspired. The name was inspired by the coronavirus, but the virus meaning actually means we're just talking about viral and contagious topics, things that are very, controversial, as you said.
Thought-provoking. They'll stick in your mind.
Thought-provoking conversations.
They'll infect your mind.
Yeah, so just think of the virus as being very, thought-provoking, like Danny said. Topics that are very contagious and they stick in your mind and keep you thinking.
Yeah. Also, you said, I always wanted to do talk shows, podcasts for some reason. I mean, they're pretty fun. I mean, you could definitely start one. All you need is, honestly, you could probably do it on a phone, so...
Yeah, dude. I remember we talked about. I think you were the one talking about the broadcast. Yeah, dude. Start it up, man. Like I said, it just takes starting it up and doing it and making it. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever.
I'll be your first guest. What's up?
Yeah, we'll be your first guests. We aren't even set up for streaming guests yet, but.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just a matter of taking baby steps, but I think it's a great idea, man. Especially in this digital age we're moving closer and closer into. Podcast is basically the new TV. I'm
a Twitch affiliate with over 200 followers, and yet I don't have any friends to do the broadcast. You could do it by yourself, though.
Yeah, absolutely. How many people already do that?
Yeah, you don't.
Especially on Twitch.
It'll probably be a little bit harder to keep a conversation going because you got to basically just monologue for how long. But you don't have to do a 2 hour long podcast like we're doing. You could do 40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing, man. You're young. If you started now
with 200 followers,
and you did it once a week, you'd have 50 episodes in a year. If you did that for 5 years, you see how quick that would add. Consistency is the biggest thing. So once you actually start it, just volume is what yields results. You just do it and do it and do it more. Even when it seems like it's not getting any traction, just do it. Hell, we don't even have that much traction. Yeah. But fast forward 2 years from now, we're gonna have 150 podcasts under our belt. And then people might actually see holy shit, these people are actually committed to this and they're providing content, valuable content. And it's just about consistency and volume, man. I wouldn't be hung up so much about having, as many followers as you want and, having the best content and being so thought-provoking. Just, do the best you can and present yourself. And I think you'll be all right, man. You got age and time on your side, so
That brings me to the topic that I want to talk about. I guess we could just segue into that. That's persistence.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I have a hard time with persistence and kind of giving up on things when they get kind of rough. So
Nice.
I wanted to ask
Not
you.
nice, but
I mean,
nice honesty.
yeah. So I wanted to ask you, how has it been for you? Because I know your business is blooming now, starting to, and it hasn't always been that way. So he persisted, persevered through that. So I wanted to.
What specifically?
Just how do you get through the tough times? Really?
Acting as if helps me, which will actually segue me into one of my topics that I wanted to talk about. Just knowing I have potential, I guess, and knowing it's going to take time. A lot of things help me, man. Following successful social media mentors helps too.
Gary Vee.
A lot of people do.
I just seen him earlier. So
he's one, dude. He's got a lot of positive influence and a lot of messages, especially for young folks, man. If you want to get some positive influence, he's great for just leveling with the younger generation. Gary Vee. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm sure you do. Gary Vaynerchuk. Give him a look, man. He's always doing interviews with young kids that are starting podcasts, and he's got the best advice ever for people in life in general. So but yeah, no, I follow a lot of people, and I look at successful people and what they're doing and what it takes and try to implement that into my life. You know what I mean? Like I really want to project what successful people are doing, and I realize it's going to take time. I guess that's what really helps a lot. There's a lot of things, but one of the main things is just knowing it's going to take time, which is why it's not hard to start a podcast and not be so hung up on the followers, because I know it's just going to take time and volume. But yeah, to give you more of an insight into how much struggle I went through with the business, I wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of money advertising and not getting any results, thinking, like, oh my God, I'm just wasting money. And I wasted money on different avenues and endeavors that really didn't pan out was a waste of time. Like the Facebook advertising, I spent thousands before I actually got an algorithm and a reach. You got to actually build that shit for Facebook to recognize you and to start making your reach broader and targeting your demographics and your detailed targeting and all that shit. It's really just persistence is tough. There's no way around it, man. Persistence is hard for everybody, but I think if you just come to terms that this is going to take some time, this going to take time, and then even have an unrealistic time frame. Like if you think in your head that it might take a couple years, give yourself 5. Like, okay, maybe it might actually take twice as long.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the time frame I'm giving myself with like art right now. It's like 2 years, so maybe it will take 5.
So believe in your mind that it might actually take 5, man. Because you don't want to set yourself up for disappointment. 2 years go by and then you're like, damn, I really aren't hitting the mark that I wanted. But then you won't even know it. But actually after the 3-year mark or the 4-year mark is when you're actually going to do that turn. You know what I mean?
It's just from listening to a lot of people that get successful online, at least, because I'm gonna do, most of everything you have to do nowadays is online. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be an artist, it has to be online. I mean, you don't have to make digital art, but you're at least uploading pictures of your art to Instagram and
you're advertising
have a YouTube
online
channel,
for sure.
and shit like that. So, but most people that I've heard are like the first 2 years. I swear to God, they all say the same thing. The first 2 years are pretty dead, and then it just built up after that randomly. It's like I wasn't expecting it to, and then it did. So
you know what's funny? That's literally kind of where I'm at with my business. I'm at the 2.5 year mark, and the last 6 months, it's just been going up and up. Like advertising, reach, all that shit has been going up. Well, a lot of that's branding. People do not pay you any mind or any attention until you brand the fuck out of your business, your label. You gotta have whatever you're trying to do. I would always consider having a logo of some sort that represents you and just fucking get it in their face constantly. Through, because a lot of the sales I've had, even now, some of them are like, yeah, I've been following you for like a couple years now. And I finally, I'm ready to, get what I need. And I just remembered seeing your ad a couple years ago, and I was like, oh shit. So when it seems like it's a waste of time, it's not. It's just branding takes patience, big time, and persistence. But yeah, there's a lot to that, man. Like, there's just no way around it, though. Persistence is tough.
Yeah. Shadow King's getting the green screen set up. What are you getting ready for your podcast? You're setting it up. You have a green screen? That's cool as fuck.
Right?
We should get a green screen, honestly.
Yeah, we should.
You know why? Because we could rearrange the room and have the same background every time without.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I kind of like the light. We need to get those lights set up, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't set them up, honestly.
I've just been busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should definitely do that. But I don't know. I kind of like our setup. We're about to get a canvas here.
Yeah, that
our
is
logo.
true.
I think we got a good setup. We've got a lot of compliments on our presence here.
Yeah. Disappointed those canvases are going to come down, but
I know. Malia's going to be disappointed.
I mean, you can move them somewhere else, but then they're just not going to be they're
not in a frame. Yeah.
Yeah, they're also not going to be not really a room in here unless you put them down there or something.
Yeah, well,
you
again,
can put them in the hallway or one of the other rooms or something.
My hope is, I got a love-hate relationship or love-hate feeling with this idea, but my hope is to get out of here and get in a house soon, and then we're just gonna have to rearrange this whole setup anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to it. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Let's hire some movers.
Yeah, I probably would actually just make quick work of this shit. The funny thing is, I have 2 trucks too, so I could easily just put a huge dent in it too.
Yeah.
But I got 3 trucks actually. Get someone to drive all 3 trucks.
It's not that bad usually. It usually only takes like a day, huh?
I don't have that. Most of my stuff's in the garage. Really, that's the hardest part.
I'll say I don't have much stuff.
I really don't. Once you get it all together.
I mean, you do have furniture though. You only really have the couch in your bed, huh? So.
If I move, I'll just get new furniture, man.
You're just like, fuck that furniture. You're just gonna leave it here?
Fresh. I gotta start fresh, man.
You're just gonna leave it here?
No. No. I'll clean it up and, vacuum and do all that shit. But yeah, I'm tired of landlords, dude. I just want my own shit. I want to be able to have clutter in my backyard if I want and that type of shit. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, to answer your question about the persistence thing, like I said, it's just I don't know, look at other people. I mean, there's a great fucking I like this because literally persistence is one of the quote unquote success nutrition facts, and a lot of that shit I really believe in. Hustle, focus, persistence,
and patience. Those kind of go hand in hand.
Yep. Discipline, failure. I like the failures on there.
Yeah.
And risks. Those are all great, man.
Yeah. I put a picture on Instagram last night of one of my drawings, actually.
Oh, nice.
And I got 7 likes on it, which I thought was pretty good because I have no followers. It was just from like the hashtags. It's not even a good piece of art. So, I mean, honestly, that was kind of cool for me because I didn't think anything would happen unless it's like, the algorithm when you start a new account, it'll like suggest your friends and shit.
Yeah.
No one's followed you yet, so I wasn't thinking I was gonna get any likes on I was just posting it to have something on the account,
Yeah. Nah, that's cool, man. You might be surprised. Like I said, it's just about consistency and kind of like what we're doing. You know what I mean? Just more every podcast twice a week.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore nerd for the techniques anyway. So I mean, I learned how to do the proportions. Now I just gotta learn the shadows, the shading a little bit better.
Yeah.
A lot better.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you didn't hear. In case you didn't hear what I said, Shadow King, Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. Give him a listen. I was just saying that basically he's got a lot of great advice for kids. I wouldn't say kid, not like you're a kid, but young men, young women that are trying to start podcasts and things like that. So
young people.
Yeah, man, give him a listen, dude. He's got a lot of great advice in life in general, but more specifically about anybody's trying to start a podcast. So check that out. But dude, regarding the persistence and all that, I one of the social media mentors I listen to is Dan Locke, and He was talking about, I think I told you the story about how he was envisioning the Mazda. He had a Mazda 3 and he wanted a Mazda 8, RX-8.
Right.
And he was envisioning that, right? Putting himself in there. And then, okay. So he was acting as if. This helps with persistence too, because if you got a clear vision of what you're trying to get to, whether it's 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, it makes it a lot easier to persist because you got a clear goal that you're trying to hit.
Yeah.
And obviously you got to put in effort within that time. You can't just say, okay, this is what I want, and it's going to happen in 2 years. Like, no, you got to put in you got to make a plan of like, I need to be doing this at least this many times a week, a day, whatever, a month, and like break it down.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, if I put in 3 hours a day for art, that's 1,000 hours a year. It takes 10,000 hours to be an expert, so that would still take you, on average, it would take 10 years. But
that's not true. Josh Kaufman proved that theory wrong.
But that's just a general, though.
Yeah.
Generalized. Depends on how you practice. You know what I mean?
Well, someone made that shit up, the 10,000 hour rule, long time ago.
I mean, it's still a good guideline, though. You know what I mean? If you put it's just saying be consistent and put in hours reliably over time, and you'll become an expert.
But for the people that are hearing that and kind of get daunted by hearing that, like 10,000 hours, good God. Keep in mind, that theory has been proven wrong. You know who Josh Kaufman is? You've probably seen him. Maybe. He's a bald dude, he has glasses, and he does a lot of inspirational talks and stuff. But
bald dude with glasses is too big.
He proved it wrong. It's actually just 20 minutes a day. He did it with ukulele. He's never played an instrument, and he put in 20 minutes a day for 30 days, and he was playing all kinds of songs and singing and
I don't think for 30 days 20 minutes is gonna be enough.
Probably not, but it's a I mean, when you use him as an example,
if you do at least 20 minutes a day, I mean, that's how long you should practice anything that you want to be successful in.
I would say it's like a good rule of thumb as a bare minimum.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you play, like when we're playing guitar, it's like when I was playing all the time, I put in at least 20 minutes a day for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was that was actually shattered, that theory. 10,000 hours. It could be better said that it takes a lot of time to get good at something.
Yeah, but I was just saying, if I do like 3 hours a day on average,
that's a lot.
1,000 hours a year, so
that's a lot. Yeah.
You know what? I realized though, I think I might be on the right track with doing art because just because of how much time I enjoy putting into it, whereas other things feel kind of like chores. You know what I mean? Like programming, I'm like, I gotta learn this tutorial and it takes forever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like art, I'm just sitting there having a good time, you know what I mean? Like listening to music, like this is relaxing and shit. But also, I was playing video games or like Roland like get online and he's like, you wanna play a game? And I'm like, sure. I'm like in the middle of a drawing and I stop playing drawing to play the game, and the whole time I'm playing the game I'm like, I just want this game to end so I can fucking continue drawing, you know what I mean? Yeah. Every time I die in game I'll like, just like go over and like start doing some shading and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, you want to play another one? I'm like, sure, I guess, you know what I mean? But like, that's how much I enjoy doing it, and it's not like a chore.
You should put more time into what you enjoy then.
Yeah, well, that's what I did last night. That's why I was up to like 5, 6 in the morning just drawing, and I was like,
nice.
I was like, I should go to bed. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to. I'm like, this is productive anyway, so like, fuck it, dude.
Right? Yeah, it's not like you're wasting time or you know, just staying up and doing nothing. But what I was saying about Dan Locke, he was talking about act as if.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He has a saying where I really like this. He says, act as if, act as if this, act as if you're a great artist, act as if, you want to be a millionaire. And then I like the follow-up statement that he makes is, and then challenge your mind to catch up. I like that shit because a lot of people think
that's also kind of like the fake it till you make it, but it's more guided, right?
Yes.
It's saying act the part.
Yes. So that two clearly different things, but it could be interpreted the same. Yeah,
I would interpret them the kind of the same because I just think fake it till you make it can be interpreted incorrectly, but I think the original meaning of it is kind of the same as what Dan Locke's saying. So.
Yeah, so fake it till you make it means exactly what it sounds like.
The word fake has bad connotations to it. So.
Well, sticking to the English language that we've all agreed upon, yes, fake it till you make it means act as if until you do, Well, I guess it could be.
They're pretty similar.
But the word fake.
The word fake it. The
Act
thing
as
is,
if sounds
fake it
better.
till you make it. Yeah, I'll say fake it till you make it could also mean that you never actually improve, and then you're just a fake. You know what I mean? Where
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen if you fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? It just sounds worse. It's not. It's eloquence, you know. So
Yeah, and I was trying to think what makes it sound bad, and I think you nailed it. The fact that you're saying fake it till you make it means that when you've actually made it, you're still faking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think what he's saying is something completely different. He's saying act as if until you are that.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of interpret them the same, but I can understand people interpreting them differently, obviously, because they're different sayings. But for me, they kind of mean the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The first time I heard that was on a movie called The Boiler Room.
Which one?
It's called The Boiler Room.
No, I mean, what saying?
Act as if.
Oh, okay.
Ben Affleck gives this fucking pretty iconic speech on there where he's just like, act as if this, act as if that, act as if you got a 9-inch cock. You know, he's just going off, but it was actually a really good speech.
I don't think you can act as if you have a 9-inch cock and expect it to happen.
Until you
sorry. You're like, what's up?
I don't know. Nowadays they got things you can do.
You can get some surgery.
Yeah, well, not even that, dude. If you watch that episode of The Man Show where Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel fucking were going around to different companies and guys that had techniques to make your schlong longer, they were doing they did weights.
Oh yeah,
they tied weights to it. That was one way. This other way, this guy fell asleep. You're supposed to tie it to your wang and fall asleep with stretching it. Basically, you just lean back and fall asleep that way. I was like, oh my god, because I guess they were talking about how more than half of the length of your shaft is in your body, so when you're pulling it out, it's basically you're not defying or cheating, you're just pulling out what you already got. It was a very interesting episode, dude. I love The Man Show. That was one of my favorite episodes.
That's funny.
But yeah, the act as if is great, man, for persisting through something, because I think it's important to just imagine you first having the clear vision, envisioning you being in that vision, and then, like Dan Locke said, challenge your reality to catch up. I like that. Another thing he did talk about also was he was talking about confirmation of bias. So
confirmation bias.
Yeah, confirmation
I know exactly
bias.
what it is. It's basically when you want something to be true, so you kind of only research that and you kind of dismiss other facts.
Yeah, so when your mind is made up on something.
Yeah.
And so anything you hear, if it doesn't go in alignment with what you already believe to be true, you're resisting it.
Yeah. Remember when I did that vegan essay in my...
Yeah.
Remember I told you I was trying to find articles that supported the opposite of what I was saying? Yeah. That's because I was trying to fight my own confirmation bias.
That's a good it's a good quality to have, I think. Just being aware also that it exists and how our minds operate.
It's pretty silly. I mean, honestly, if you're like scrolling through YouTube and your son's like, meat's good for you, you're just gonna be like, fuck off. Yeah. That's confirmation bias. You're not even like willing to entertain the idea for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So even if you are willing to entertain the idea going into it, like for me for instance, my mind will be like, I'm the type of dude who'll be like, what is he talking about? You know what I mean? I gotta know how he's justifying this. Yeah. I've done that actually regarding those type of topics. There's a guy out there that promotes a carnivore diet. I can't remember his name or something like that.
I've seen a few of them.
I actually listened to him and I was like, this makes absolutely no fucking sense. And then you kind of find out there's other underlying factors, or he's actually sponsored by the animal agriculture industry and all kinds of shit. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Dude, every time these like carnivores come on like podcasts and shit and they talk about their diet, how good it is, and then people are like, show us your blood test, and they always like try to beat around the bush. Every time they show their blood test, they're fucking awful. Their cholesterol's super high, you know, like their shit's all fucked up every time.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But it's great though, the confirmation bias. I like to also be aware that our minds operate like that, and I am open-minded. I want to be more open-minded to hearing other people's perspective and stuff without being so, it's not what I think. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, you can't completely remove bias, but you can do your best to minimize it, you know?
Yeah,
So,
because your mind is made up no matter what.
yeah.
But you could still entertain the idea and just have an open mind, trying to understand where the other person's coming from, trying to understand how they came to that conclusion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That interests me.
You know, it's annoying for me just because I'll put so much time into researching a topic. You know what I mean? If I put in like 30 hours researching a topic, then some jackass comes up and says the opposite, who just like pulling shit out of their ass. I'm just like, I don't even want to fucking listen to him. I'm like,
Yeah,
shut the fuck
that
up.
is frustrating.
But I mean, I should still probably listen to him. But
Yeah, well, I mean, that is frustrating, you know what I mean? Because it just, you have, not only is your mind made up, but you've done research and facts. Usually it's, you know, factual research. And so they might spit out some stuff that might seem like factual statements to them too. And it's just like, I don't know. There's just too much. There's an overload of information. And a lot of it can be construed very easily.
yeah, you can also just like fuck with statistics and studies and stuff to make it fit your narrative. So
Oh yeah. Oh, exactly. We've seen that happen quite a bit.
it's even happened in vegan studies. So I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I keep it real basic and logical. I really just try to stick with the logic when we're talking about.
I mean, the general consensus is that obviously plants are good for you. So I'm saying some specific studies will
Yeah.
skew the data a little bit, or they'll like, you know, show only a portion of the graph that kind of fits their
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. No, I get it. It's got to back up their message and their agenda, or otherwise.
I think it definitely happens a lot more in animal agriculture, just because they have a lot more money and there's a lot more lobbying and stuff.
Oh fuck yeah.
So
Politics.
a lot more politics. Yeah.
Anywhere where you said it, anywhere there's a lot of money involved, there's alteration and manipulation.
There's like, I don't know if you listen to Dr. Greger, but he's like,
Oh, I love that dude.
Dr. Greger, he's like talking, he's like, there's no big broccoli, you know, like, because when you're talking about like studies about broccoli being healthy, it's like, they're not funding this, they're not fucking, you know, they're not making billions of dollars off broccoli, you know? So,
Big broccoli. That's hilarious. Like Big Pharma or something.
yeah, I mean, but there is like, you know, the big, like the meat industry and stuff actually has a ton of money, and it's kind of
Oh fuck.
very political about shit. So
Yeah, I mean, and again, a lot of that light was shed on by What the Health and what's the other documentary that?
conspiracy.
Yes, but there was one other one, Forks Over Knives. Those two documentaries really shed some light.
Yeah, I just mean not everyone's seen them, and then also not people have confirmation bias going into those.
Yeah,
And then there's like this bullshit.
yeah.
So
You know, a lot of that confirmation. So the reason the confirmation bias bothers me is when it more specifically bothers me. Like you said, it'll bother you that you study stuff for 30 hours and then someone's just like coming at you with the opposite. It bothers me when someone doesn't do any research and they already have their mind made up. It's like,
dude,
I can't even muster up the time to have a conversation with them. Like, bro, you're not even worth my intellect right now. You haven't even done any research. You have no facts. You have nothing to provide to this conversation. So you can just keep your idea. And I think my frustration is because they're lazy-minded. There's other underlying reasons, like the ones I stated in the other videos. And when we're talking about this particular topic, which is plant-based versus animal agriculture, there's psychological reasons. Like, they don't want to be the odd man out. They don't want to, you know what I mean? They don't want to seem like they're a pussy because they eat veggies. All this, you know what I mean? It's psychological.
It's so funny.
It always goes,
that is so funny to me.
right? And then I got a book on my calendar that says "Meat is for pussies." That shit's hilarious, dude.
That statement has so many layers. I love it.
What's funny is it's not what you think. The meat is for pussies statement.
Yeah, it's actually like an erotic fiction novel.
I can't wait to read that.
It's like something your grandma would read, and she's like,
But That's when my frustration comes in, when people just don't put the effort in, and then I know it's an underlying psychological reason that they have come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's laziness in my part. And I make a lot of that suspicion. I don't know for sure, but I would argue that 90% of the time I'm probably right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, remember that guy that was a producer on the Game Changers? He won the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
And Mike dropped that dude that was trying to debunk the Game Changers.
Yeah.
Dude, he came with like a bunch of facts. He's like, dude, I did hundreds of hours of research. And he's like, show me the facts. And the other dude's just like...
Tumbleweeds fucking...
And Joe Rogan's like, yeah, dude, show him what you got. And then he's just like...
That was great, man.
Dude, that was...
They're having a fucking pedantic argument about how many fucking grams of protein are in a PB&J sandwich and all this. Yeah. It's like, this is great, man.
Dude, I love that shit.
Yeah, you came at him with the facts, dude. And that's what it takes. Like, if you have such a strong opinion about something, you should be doing your research.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. He just stood up for himself, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did, so that was cool.
Yeah. No, I like that guy, man. He's got an incredible story too, you know what I mean? That kind of goes behind the Game Changers, which I like. It was a good documentary.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was short though. I wish it was longer.
I think it was good. Short and sweet. It's easily digestible for people. Like for someone like us, we want more. We want more, but for someone that's like, you know, not plant-based. They might not want to sit there for 2.5 hours fucking watching a plant-based diet documentary. So
I knew that documentary was going to be quote unquote a game changer. I knew it was going to be very impactful on people, on the everyday person, because of the familiarity of the directors' names behind it, having, you know, iconic faces like Arnold Schwarzenegger in there.
I think having athletes was the big thing.
And athletes,
because people just think that like if you're on a plant-based diet, you're gonna be a weak ass. And I mean, like look at my skinny ass, but you know what I mean. That's because I'm not working out anymore. But
but yeah, a lot of things caught people's attention. That's why I knew it was just gonna be so impactful, and it was. I never heard so many people ask me if I've seen that documentary after it was out. Like, have you seen the Game Changers? Like, yeah, dude, I've seen that in theaters.
I haven't really heard any negative things about the Game Changers.
I have not.
Where I have heard negative things about What the Health and, you know, other documentaries. I've heard the naysayers for those, the haters. I haven't heard as much for the Game Changers. So
no, I haven't. They put a lot of truth out there, though. You know what I mean? They did.
I mean, so did the other documentaries, but
yeah,
I think Game Changers did a good job, and they appealed to a certain demographic very well. So
big time.
Yeah.
Right. One of the most if it was going to be detrimental to anything, you know, what better thing to highlight than athleticism and physique and health. You know what I mean? Well, health is, you know, that's already kind of a given as to what the argument about.
Yeah, because it's like, feel like if you watch like What the Health, people are like, oh, well, maybe you're going to be weak, or, you know.
Yeah. But when you use athleticism, that's more
like, well, you're going to be healthy and you can still be strong. Like, what?
More specific. I mean, they got so.
And they also showed the thing with the with like the ED, right? The sexualness.
Yeah,
they showed that in there too. So
I think that's what that book Meat is for Pussies highlights is that's what I think he's talking about. It actually makes you less of a man.
Yeah, I noticed when I went vegan, my libido went way up, dude. TMI, sorry, but it definitely went way up.
I wake up with boners all the time.
I went from being like, you know, I was like a teenager and my libido was like, and then I got to like my 20s and it was like, all right, cool, and then it started coming down. Then I went vegan. I was like, all right, we're back up there again. So
that's hilarious. But yeah, it was great, man. It was really good. I forgot what else I was going to say about there. I had something on my mind. There was a lot of dudes I already followed that were on there, like Patrick Baboumian, fucking Damian Mander. A lot of these people are really inspirational for me. I've already heard their TED Talk. I love TED Talks, man. And so TED Talks, the great thing about TED Talks is they're always emotional. Yeah. People always tell a great narrative story for the most part, and it gets real personalized and it gets emotional. And so
I enjoy TED Talks. Some of them aren't that good though.
yeah, some of them are. I mean, honestly, I haven't really seen a bad one. Maybe I'm just lucking out.
I feel like they used to be. I mean, maybe I'm just being a little critical. There's some of them that they aren't bad. They're just kind of, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I did see one bad one. In my opinion, though, they did like a stand-up comedy type thing on stage, and I was like,
some of them just don't have a lot of depth to them, and I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like they're not necessarily bad, you know what I mean? But it's just like some of them are just, all right, whatever.
It's got to have a good narrative, yeah, absolutely.
I do really like the inspirational parts of the TED Talks, though.
Yeah, big time. And like I said, Damian Mander's TED Talk was very impactful for me. He's just such a low, monotone speaker, big, masculine dude. That was ex-sniper, fucking, you know what I mean, turned vegan. Like, what a great fucking story.
Everything you said, I'm just jealous that he has a low voice.
Dude, yeah, I mean, what a great fucking... He's got such a great story, and then he sells all his fucking real estate to dump money into the fucking poaching company that he started in Africa, which is composed of just women. Like, I don't know, man. That was really inspirational to hear that shit.
Just women. Hey, man, that's cool. I like it when people do shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching Adam Lambert.
Who is
he's like the gay singer or whatever. He was on I think American Idol. He was on American Idol, yeah.
God,
he
picture him right now.
He's the new singer for Queen.
Oh, really?
He goes around with Queen. But I watched this live video of him, and he's playing like his own original songs, but he's playing with an all-girl band in the back, and I was like, that's fucking cool. He's got like a girl guitar player and a bass player and a drummer. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
Women aren't represented enough in the music industry.
Oh,
like,
you just reminded me.
Like instrumentalists, at least. I mean, singers are, but
yeah, I don't know, man. I really dig Yvette Young out of a lot of the instrument.
I don't know who that is.
I showed you. She's this Asian chick that's really extremely good.
Okay.
She has like this trancey type music with effects, electric guitar. She always does.
Oh, okay.
But her technique is really good. She's got so much technique, and then has all this catchy tunes. You'd remember if I showed you her again, but yeah, super good, man. I love that shit. I like women that actually excel. I mean, I like when everybody, but you're right. Women don't get highlighted enough.
Exactly.
I think even in a world of equality and where we've fought for women's rights, I think it could still be.
Yeah, we're not there. I mean, we've gotten closer. We're not at equality, but I mean, we're definitely
better. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's really cool just seeing that. It's like, hire some female musicians, because why not? I mean, there are good female musicians out there.
Absolutely.
And it's like, it's always weird seeing these guys. It's like a whole guy group, and it's like, why? I mean, I can understand if they're like all your friends, but
yeah,
like, why wouldn't you hire someone that's not? I personally, I always like the female bass players for some reason. I don't know why. It just seems interesting because they're like so like usually they're all skinny and kind of, and they have this big ass instrument with these big strings. I'm like, I don't know. It's the contrast. I think I'm like, that's fucking cool.
Hell yeah. No, I like when they get in where you don't expect them. I remember I seen when I seen Cerebral War, their video for the first time. I was like, what?
I don't know who they are. I mean, like or
death metal band.
Yeah, I know they're. I would say I don't know if I've heard their stuff, or if I heard their stuff, I haven't seen like the music videos.
Yeah, I mean, she's got like the cliche pig squeals and
maybe you have showed me them. Then yeah, okay.
But it's real good. Still, the riffs are good, and her energy is really good.
I remember what's her name, Angela from Arch Enemy.
Oh yeah. I like that band.
That was the first like death metal female vocalist I had ever seen. And I was like, that's fucking cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. I actually like her voice.
Yeah, me too.
I think a lot of people give her some flack. Yo, what's up, Brandon King Mod? Who is that?
Corona.
Is that Brandon we know?
Are you saying that? Or are you saying me coughing? I'm coughing because I'm really dehydrated. This happened to me the other day. So it happened like 3 days ago. I woke up, I was really dehydrated. I was like, oh, am I getting sick? Then I drank a bunch of water, went away, and same thing's happening today. So
nice.
I have no other symptoms. So it's literally just I need to drink water, but I'm not. I'm drinking.
Yeah. We talked about this as we started, man. We're all proceeds do not go to Corona, but if they want to sponsor us, we're here, man.
Hey.
Hey. We're gonna get hammered. This
You're gonna get hammered off your one beer.
Yeah, right. This is my one beer. I'm gonna get fucking lit, dude. I'm gonna be walking on my lips.
He's gonna be dancing on the table in like fucking 5 minutes.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
We're gonna put on some Shakira. He's gonna his hips ain't gonna lie.
My hips don't lie. Yeah. Oh man. Good stuff.
How old do you think we are?
Yeah. How you can guess? How old is Danny? Start with him.
So,
How old is this guy? This is
is
good.
he even old enough to drink?
Let's play a game. Do you want to play a game?
23.
23. You got the 2-3, dude.
Nice. How old is Ben?
Do me now. Do me.
Do him hard.
Go easy though, man.
27.
Oh yeah. I'll take that, dude.
Nice. All right, I'm 28.
And I'm 37.
30? You got 10 years, man. I only
I got 10
5
years on that, man.
I mean, I still like the 5. So
I really
that's cool.
appreciate the compliments. That was all. That's real solid, man. Now you gotta tell us how old you are.
Yeah.
33.
Right in the middle.
Nice. That's crazy. Yeah, you're right between us.
Cool. Right on.
You're getting sandwiched, dude.
You said it.
Oh man. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't sure. We know so many Brandons, so we weren't sure if you were one of our homies checking in with us or not. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get. Actually, we invited one of our friends, Brandon, to come in here and talk about his meditation experience and his monk experience, I guess. And so I hope he's still down for that soon, because I really want to have the conversation with him and just to see him too. I like Brandon.
Yeah, he can teach. I really want him to just. I want to see him, but I want him to teach us some meditation techniques.
And
And sit here and
maybe
use
have him play
it out, you know?
Have him play an acoustic ditty.
Does he have one?
He's got tons of material, dude.
Okay. Oh, okay. I studied. Nice, dude.
Dude, that's awesome. It sounds like that's like right up the alley of what we're talking about.
I've done some meditation, but only by myself, and I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly. So
I really hope he'd be down to do, like, I don't know how that would work, like an on-air meditation. That would just be boring as fuck, huh?
no, I mean I've seen people do it on YouTube videos, and it's kind of entertaining a lot of time.
Okay.
I studied in the army, huh?
Oh, right on.
Interesting. Did you study with any other people, or did you just like study by yourself?
Yeah, man. Were you the only person getting down on that, or did you get anybody else intrigued in that while you were doing it?
You guys are like out like, and you come back and,
blowing shit up, and then you come back and just wasaw.
need to fucking relax, man.
That's awesome. I was just bitching the other day about the army and how they're shooting guns over here, and I don't know where you're from, but yeah, let us know where you're from, man. But over here in Washington,
Fort Lewis
is just right up the road practically. They're out here blowing shit up and firing M16s at midnight. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like getting ready to go to bed, and I can just hear them out there. And I was like, what is that? Then it happens again. I was like, what the fuck?
Remember, like,
I guess they don't have a cutoff limit for that.
was it like 10 years ago where they were like doing like war stuff over there, and they're like having bombs go off over there and shit?
I think so. I know.
I remember like it was loud as fuck, and I don't know how loud bombs are, so I was like, is that in the backyard? Like, what the fuck? It was like huge explosions and shit all the time.
Yeah, well, they also did a fucking like a sonic boom
Really?
a while back, but I think that was in the air with like a fucking F-16 or something, or F-14 or something like that. It's been some years now, but oh, that's cool. So he's from Illinois. He's on the East Coast a little bit. Southeast. Is that considered Southeast?
No, it's like
South Center?
it's like the center. Well, it's like by the Great Lakes. It's like Chicago.
Oh, it's the North Side?
Midwest. There we go. That's the
Midwest. There we go. We don't know what the fuck we're talking
We're from the
about.
Northwest, like, so we're just shit at terms. Yeah, he's
You're
from
up there by Michigan, so the top end of it. I have no idea. For some reason, I
no,
thought,
Michigan's higher. I think Illinois is like kind of in the middle,
Oh, okay,
at the bottom of the lakes. I think.
nice.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, you can correct us because we have no idea what we're talking about.
I know the area it's in. I just don't know exact location. But yeah, Chicago, Illinois that's the big one.
Okay,
Under Wisconsin.
nice.
Wisconsin. Do you have an accent? Do you have a cool accent?
Wisconsin. Yeah, and is that really where that 70s show started?
Do they film it there? They probably filmed that. No, they filmed that in California, right?
Probably, yeah. Definitely wasn't Wisconsin. They just said that in there
Yeah.
to sound cool. I just I went to some people's house and was trying to sell them. They were from Chicago, selling them a job. They were telling me, I guess they bounce around a lot because they sell and flip houses.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're over here now.
Missouri, huh? Southern drawl. That's cool.
Right on, right on.
Wish I could do accents.
Yeah.
Accents are fucking hard, dude. I can't even talk with a fucking Northwest accent. I just talk like a weirdo to begin with. So
I like the Australian accent, the Aussie.
yeah, you like that one?
I like the way they say their O's.
Is that your favorite accent?
No. No, listen here.
I do a good Forrest Gump. Nice.
Oh, dude, nice. Yeah. Forrest, dude.
What's your favorite accent? Is it that the Australian?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other one. Scottish is kind of... Yeah, it is Australian.
Scottish
I really
is-
like Australian.
Scottish is pretty cool.
It sounds so... I don't know. It catches my ear more than anything. And English.
Yeah, I like in English specifically like the RP, which is kind of that posh sounding one, the kind of formal sounding one, and then I like a Welsh accent, which is kind of
Is
similar.
that Wales? Same thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
people from Wales are called Welsh.
Okay. Why would they call it Welsh?
And Scottish accents are cool. I mean, I like all the UK accents, and then I like Irish and Scottish accents. I like the Irish more than the Scottish accent, but they're, I mean, I'm gonna sound ignorant here. They sound pretty similar to me.
How dare you?
People from Scotland are like, fuck you.
Right.
I do not sound Irish.
All of a sudden, you were just gonna get a lot of comments like, "How fucking dare you?" Just like, "Whoa, dude, we didn't know we had so many listeners."
Yeah. I like all those, man.
When you say Wales, it makes me think of automatic. For some reason, I always go to Bullet for My Valentine because they're a Wales band.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I always forget
They're
about
Welsh,
that.
yeah.
They're Welsh, yeah. Welsh. It's so close to Welch's.
I had a Welsh dude that worked with me at my the rehab clinic that I worked at, which I drank all the time when I worked there. But he had a very
ironically.
cool, yeah, he had a very cool accent. Who's taller? Who do you think is taller?
Oh, out of us?
Yeah. Do you think I'm taller, or do you think Ben's taller?
I mean, yeah, it should be pretty obvious.
You have like a deeper voice than me, right? So like, Ben, you think Ben's taller?
Definitely not.
I'm like
He comes from a tall side of family. Well, it's funny. Even though we're related, you take more after your dad's side.
yeah. I'm actually pretty short for my dad's side of the family.
You are actually, yeah.
Yeah.
All your uncles are fucking monsters.
Yeah, I'm like a tiny bit under 5'11", but most of my guys on my dad's side of the family are like 6'2" and shit. I think my uncle Phil's 6'4", so
Yeah, I was lucky to be 5'9", man. I was in.
I don't even think you're 5'9". Maybe you are. I don't know. Well, we measured you. I forgot what we measured you last time. I thought you were like 5'8", weren't you?
Maybe.
I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean we're not like toxic assholes. So like height's like whatever.
Oh, height. Yeah, height doesn't mean anything, man. That's the thing, dude. Like so many people.
6'5". You're small.
You're small in your family. You're 6'5". Good lord.
Do you have a brother named Ty? I had an old boss named Ty, and he was fucking 6'9". Remember Ty?
Yeah.
That really?
Yeah, he was taller than hell.
He said, "Yeah, your brother's Ty." So that dude, he owes me like $800, okay? Fucker.
That's hilarious. God, you play basketball? I hope so. If you're that tall, that's a waste of talent.
Insensitive.
Right?
Just because I'm tall doesn't mean I play basketball, okay? He's like a world-class fucking chess player or something.
Oh, man.
Your grandpa at 6'11"?
Jesus. Those are some big dudes, man.
Please tell me you guys are like Mexican. You're like Guatemalan, and he's like your Guatemalan grandpa 6'11". just to break the stereotypes.
Right? Oh man. Yeah, that's really tall, man. I swear to God, if
Italian, Irish, and Cherokee. Interesting. How much Cherokee? Are you one of those dudes that like, I'm a Cherokee, and you're like the 30-second Cherokee?
yeah, you're like Sinbad from Cherokee Kid. That was a great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen that, I know you've probably seen that. You're 33.
Is that the animated one?
No, it was a real movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It had a lot of
I'm trying to think
good actors. Sinbad's taller than hell too.
20%. How does that number? Okay.
20% Cherokee.
Yeah. How do you get 20%? I'm trying to think of
That's a good question.
I'm trying to think of the logistics of that.
Yeah,
you get 50%, then you get 25.
Yeah, how'd you get that percentage?
So like a person in his
that
family.
fraction.
So someone must have been like 25%, and then they had sex with someone that was like 12.5%, right? And they met in the
How
middle.
did that person that was a 12.5% get there?
Because that's half of 25%. So 25%
I see
is a
what you're
quarter.
saying.
So a person that's a quarter, if they have sex with someone that's an eighth, they'd kind of meet in the middle and be like 20%.
Oh yeah. You put that together, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Someone's keeping track of that lineage too, and the ancestry. That's crazy.
Yeah. I am also, well, actually, I don't really know. My family says we're Italian, French, Irish, and then I'm native. I don't believe all that bullshit though.
Yeah.
I looked up the your mom does genealogy. Okay, can you ask your mom, do they steal your DNA and do weird shit with it? Okay, you probably heard that question before, and it sounds really fucking stupid asking me, but like, it's just a weird question. All right. Anyway.
My mom does that too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. I'm kind of scared to do that, but I'm also intrigued by it and interested.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like basically the shit they do for Ancestry.com, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I was looking at like you can look up like your last name and it'll tell you kind of like the origins of it. Ever been to Olive Garden? Yes, I love Olive Garden, but I'm pretty sure that's not an authentic Italian experience. Okay, just saying. My dad told me that Barrett was like French or Italian or something. He's like, it comes from Beretta, whatever. Stupid. Anyways, I looked up the last name. It's like comes from like English or Irish or something. So.
Well, so where's that Sartori family wine is featured there, huh?
You probably butchered the way that was pronounced.
Right. I'm gonna.
Can you phonetically spell that?
Yeah. Sartori.
Ooh, you can roll your R's.
Ooh.
I can't roll my R's for shit.
Yeah.
Is that like your family wine?
Do Italians roll their R's too?
Yeah.
Okay, so that might have been accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, he said I got it. Bam.
Well, you said it like 2 times, so you got it one of the times.
Yeah, I got. That's funny because both ways I said it. I said it my white half side, and then I said it my Hispanic half side. So
your secret Italian side that you didn't know.
Secret Italian side.
I think they don't roll their R's quite as hard.
Yeah.
But
love me some Italian food, man. Not a big fan of wine though.
I like white wine.
Wine is like older white lady type drinking habits. Yeah, in my experience. I
like the idea of wine more than I actually like wine. I'm like, I'm gonna be so elegant, you know what I mean? And I'm like, biggest Mexican friend I have is 6'3". I've seen some pretty tall Mexicans.
370 pounds, that's a big dude.
Are you sure he's not like Hawaiian?
Yeah,
is he Samoan?
That's a big guy, man.
Damn.
That's like
it's a big man.
Right.
370?
Is he all chubby or is he muscular?
Dude, I fucking...
Is he like Bob Sapp? Bob Sapp's like 400 pounds and he's actually like kind of buff.
Mexican Norwegian?
Oh, okay.
That's an interesting fucking combo.
That's the beauty of the world this day. You get just a wide variety of mixed cultures and races.
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I think it's cool too. You're left to guess too. You're like, what's your culture?
Yeah, I'm wondering how long in the future it's just gonna become a big melding pot and everyone's just gonna be kind of like this ambiguous race,
That's a good question.
Because I feel like we're all gonna end up being like these olive skin people, I think, in the future. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You're mixing all the white with all the browns and blacks and stuff, and it's gonna end up being it's like, you know, not white but not black. You know, somewhere in the middle. Maybe it's like brown, or maybe it's like a little light shade of brown or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Guy trained for the strongman competition, huh? So I guess he's pretty fit. Sounds like pretty big dude. It's really cool. We were just talking about Patrick Baboumian. I don't know if he's actually been in the strongman competition. He might have.
He has.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what's funny? Did you ever see that Joe Rogan episode where that one of the strongmen was like talking shit about him?
Yeah, I have.
And then did you ever see Patrick Baboumian respond to it?
Yeah, he's just lifting heavy shit, and he was like, "Fuck."
Not only that, he highlighted all the moments that he broke records because he was trying to defame him by saying, "I think he, anybody can say they had a competition in their backyard and they broke a competition,
dude."
And he goes, and he was like, basically mocking him. He's like, "Okay, let's take a look at where I broke my record." He's like, "Yeah, that's a very good backyard I got there," and it just shows like tons of people out there.
Yeah, it's so funny because you could totally see in all of his videos that he's like, when he's like doing that, what the fuck is that thing called, where he has like that big rack that he's carrying with all the weights on it?
The yoke.
Yeah, dude.
Yoke walk. Yeah.
Where he's just, I don't know how much weight he's carrying. I can't. Don't quote.
That looks like it hurts, man. Like you'd have to get perfect placing on your fucking neck muscles for that.
Also, there's so many joints that could fail there. Your whole back, and then your hips, your knees.
And you're putting it to the max test.
Yeah.
I mean, as they're doing it, they're just like step by step, they're just shaking and shit.
See, even for like someone like me, even if I like got on testosterone and lifted weights, I probably wouldn't be able to do anything close to that. Just because like my bone
structure. Yeah, exactly.
My bone structure is way too small. Like my bones wouldn't be able to handle that much weight. I would fucking like break something.
Yeah, it's interesting. Exactly, you're right. You gotta have a built frame for that, which is your bone, your skeletal system.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's a beast, dude. And for that guy to talk shit about him, it's just fucking. That guy is just hating, man.
Yeah, dude. Fucking haters.
Yeah, no, I like Patrick Baboumian a lot, dude. He cracks me up.
He's got a personality. I like him.
Yeah, he's got a great personality. Lately, he's been doing this Wolverine kick, man.
But my fibers are more tightly woven, less water. This is true. I don't know. Is that just true of people that have smaller bone structure? I just know that I'm usually stronger than people expect me to be. Especially if I wrestle them. I can usually like throw down on wrestling. People are like, what the fuck? Not saying I'm like a badass wrestler, but just better than people would expect me to be. Nice. What were you saying? Sorry, I cut you off.
I forgot what I was going to say. Something about Baboumian.
That fucking beer fucked you up, man.
I mean, I'm hammered. I'm lit.
Another one?
Maybe, yeah. You gotta. Yeah, what the hell, dude?
There you go.
Why the hell not? We're at war.
We're at war.
You know that reference?
No.
One of the first South Park episodes, dude, where they were talking about Ned and what is the other guy's name? Ned's the guy that has the neck thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And then the other guy,
he has a stoma.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He basically, the episode is about them talking about how they kill wildlife to preserve wildlife, conservation. They're talking about, and the term they used was, "Yeah, look, Ned, we just thin out their numbers. Now they won't starve to death." And it just shows them just mowing them down, just like a whole lineup of deer. They're just like, "Great job, Ned. Now they won't die they won't starve to death."
That's funny. Wait, how tall are you? You said you're like 6'1", 6'2". What did you say here? Oh God, I can't find it though.
Come on, there we go.
6'5". 6'5". Okay, but like if you're 6'5", though, you're gonna be strong even if you're like a string bean. You know what I mean? Because your muscles are just stretched out over longer amounts of bone. So
How much
do you weigh? 210 pounds. I mean, but still, I only weigh like 150 pounds. So even my skinny, if you're 200, I'm sure you're skinny as fuck for your height, but like you'd still beat me hands down just because height and then weight advantage on top of that.
This guy said he did MMA.
Yeah.
Street fights?
I just meant someone his size that has no training would probably just being 210 pounds and being 6'5", like your reach and then your weight advantage on most people is gonna be pretty solid. Street fights. You did street fights, man? That shit's crazy, dude. That's insane. That's scary.
Jiu-jitsu and Taekwondo, very cool, man. Both like some of the best type of fighting styles, in my opinion.
I went to one jiu-jitsu class before the pandemic started. I want to keep.
You like got tossed around for a little bit.
It was pretty fun, dude. Actually, I didn't get tossed around that hard. I did hit my head once though when I got thrown, and you're supposed to like spread your arms and stuff, and like basically increase your surface area as much as possible, and kind of hold your head forward so you don't smack your head against the mat.
Okay. So you don't have a concentrated area that you're getting slammed on.
But one time I forgot to kind of put my head forward, and so I kind of smacked my head against the mat when I landed, which isn't as soft as you think when you land like that.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
I learned a lot of... That sounds fun, though. I learned a lot of jiu-jitsu in the Army.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu is definitely the most interesting one out of all the fighting styles. I always like Muay Thai as well. But jiu-jitsu seems more effective too.
Yeah. I'm not into Muay Thai. I mean, I'm into Muay Thai, like watching it. I just don't want to learn it because I don't want to get brain damage from sparring and shit.
It's more just standing up and exactly. Knees, a lot of because you clinching and
you kind of have to spar to learn Muay Thai. And Muay Thai is kickboxing, and so I really don't want to get kicked in the fucking head. So.
There's a lot of what do they call that? Greco-Roman clinching and shit.
Yeah. And also, my brain is basically all I have in this life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually decently intelligent. Not like I'm not a super genius, but like my brain is very useful to me, and I'm not trying to give myself brain damage.
So your brother taught you some hip Hapkido, huh? I've actually heard of that.
I've never heard of that. What is Hapkido?
I forgot what kind of style that is, but I've heard of that before. It's been some time though.
He was an instructor in the Marine Corps. Interesting.
Nice.
That's cool.
So I imagine you watch a lot of UFC, right? Did you ever watch Pride Fighting? You're 33, so I'm curious if you ever got into Pride Fighting Championship at all.
You're such a fanboy of Pride.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love MMA, dude. Shit's addicting to watch.
Speaking of which, has there been a more recent fight yet?
We missed the last one. I don't even know who the main event was.
How often are they? I don't even know how often they are.
It seemed like those last two were really close.
I'll say they're in really quick succession.
It seemed like they were a month apart.
With this weird white hair. Yeah.
But we didn't even really check. Oh, that's right. It was
well, first we had the first one was Justin Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson. That one was sick.
Oh, you like George St. Pierre? I just listened to George St. Pierre on the London Real podcast with Brian Rose.
On there?
He was on there.
That's cool.
He was talking about how he was trying to get a fight with Khabib before he retired.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder who would have won that.
And they turned him down.
Probably Khabib, right?
They turned him down because of business. Basically, which Silva?
Anderson, probably.
Anderson Silva? Okay. You know who I liked is Vanderlei Silva. I love that dude. But yeah, so they were talking about shit, I got sidetracked.
Dude, you had too much beer, dude.
I'm hammered.
You already hammered off the first one, then you have a second.
Oh, George St. Pierre, there we go. He was talking about they were really trying to shoot for the Khabib fight, for the title fight.
Right.
But they didn't. Dana White and the higher ups didn't want to take that fight because if George St. Pierre would have won, they wouldn't make as much money off of him thereafter.
Khabib?
Because he's off of George St. Pierre because he's at his late in his ages.
Right.
That's kind of fucked up, though. That's where the politics of that comes in.
Yeah, there's definitely politics in MMA for sure.
And he even said, he's like, I'm kind of glad, we didn't go through with that. He's like, but I really wanted that fight.
Yeah. What do you think about, speaking of politics in MMA, what do you think about the people that think that, like the Conor McGregor Cowboy fight was kind of rigged? I don't necessarily think it was rigged, but I think maybe they chose Cowboy because Cowboy is he has like the most wins, right, in MMA or something, but he also has a lot of losses.
I was surprised to see Serrano go down so quick, to be honest. I've seen that dude.
Oh, I was like, who are you talking about? You're talking about Cowboy.
Okay. Yeah, that's his last name, right? Serrano? I think so.
Cowboy. That's Cerrone, right? Oh wait, is this Toronto?
God damn it, I don't know now.
No.
Correct us, man.
Okay.
But yeah. I think it is Cerrone.
Cowboy Cerrone, right?
Yeah, you're right. I've seen him fucking straight, as they refer to as stand and bang. Mm-hmm. I've seen him stand and bang a lot, dude. And like to see him get dazed that quick, which is, I mean, I know he got kicked pretty good and whatever, but I don't know, man. I've seen him take some punishment, dude.
I don't think the kick or the I don't think the kick is what did. I'm pretty sure it was the shoulder. You seen those shoulder strikes?
I thought it was a kick. It was a when we reviewed it, remember we had the footage. Yeah, we watched it. Oh. It was a kick that came out like it was a left side.
No,
kick.
when we watched it, but before the kick, he was already fucked up, and it was because McGregor threw a punch and missed, and then they clinched, and while they were clinching, he like held his arms like this and was shouldering him in the fucking face.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Like 4 times or something. Like he was like jumping, shouldering into Cowboy's face.
Yeah.
And then after that, his face was all fucked up, and then they were like,
I don't remember.
They broke apart. They broke out of the clinch for like a couple of seconds, and then Cowboy tried to throw a kick, and he blocked it, and then McGregor threw a kick, and that was the kick that like barely landed, but then he fell over, but he was already fucked up from like the shoulders and shit. So
okay. Yeah, the footage we were watching was shitty,
it was bad
too.
Well, honestly, it was such a quick fight. They didn't have the best camera. I've seen most of the camera angles from that. There's not a lot of good camera angles for that.
Really?
Yeah.
So to address, you said you like watching Brock and Frank go at it. Frank who? Frank Muir? By the way, Brock
Lesnar?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar to me was very not entertaining. He is not a calculated striker. He's not. He's big. He's just big.
I liked him when I was younger, but I don't know if I would like him nowadays. You know what I mean?
I never liked watching him fight, and I've always liked Frank Mir. He's a big dude who can grapple, and
what's the name of that?
For some reason, I like his cockiness too. I don't really like all fighters' cockiness, but Frank Mir has always been cocky, dude.
Honestly, that's the reason I like McGregor.
Yeah,
he's just fucking. Who's that black dude that you don't like? That big black dude. You said he's kind of boring or whatever. He's old now or older.
Rampage.
No, not Rampage.
Oh, okay. But now that we're talking about Rampage, the last fight I seen with Rampage fighting Fedor Emelianenko, what a fucking joke, dude. I haven't even seen Rampage Jackson in years, but when I seen that video of him, that dude was so out of shape. He had a fucking belly. Like, he had no business being in the ring, let alone with Fedor, dude. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking obvious who's gonna win this.
Dude, thank you though. For real though, I love Chuck Liddell too. I don't think Chuck Liddell gets enough love, honestly.
He definitely had a fucking
he did
long reign.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some impressive knockouts too. He was just a fucking great striker, dude, and he took some punishment.
Dude, not only he could strike really fucking fast, but not fast, like hard, but he was also really fucking fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was insane.
Yeah. He was a good fighter. When
I was a kid, he was my favorite fighter to watch. When I was like 12 or whatever. They
pushed him to the limits, like,
yeah.
You know, I think he got KO'd like 2 or 3 times in his last fights, and they were like, they even admitted it. They're like, you know, they should have called it a quits a long time ago.
That's what they're saying with George St. Pierre, though, right? They were trying not to push him to his limits, right?
Yeah, but more specifically, they were referring to his chin. Like, because Chuck Liddell used to be able to take some punishment, dude.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he just got hit with some light ones, dude, and it KO'd him.
Isn't that weird?
He lose that chin after a while.
Isn't that weird how that happens?
Yeah.
That's so weird. I don't understand, like,
it makes sense to me. Your brain, after getting, you know, beat the fuck up.
It conditions itself to just pass out.
I guess. I mean, it's just wear and tear, dude. I think that's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's weird. There's just like a certain place on your chin that if you punch there, that's why people punch on the chin. There's like nerves there that will like send signals to your brain and knock you out.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah.
So that's why. But I'm wondering why over time it becomes weaker. You know what I mean? I guess you're just wearing it down over time, and so that nerve's like, all right, we're going to bed. You're like, night. Night. So weird.
It is interesting, dude. Watching KOs is fucking weird. I've seen some weird KOs, dude. In real life, I seen one of my friends knock out my boss, and
He knocked out your boss.
it was a what we call a flash knockout. The dude's just straight. He kind of went into
Is it flash knockout where you like start to get knocked out and then you kind of wake up?
It's where you get knocked out, but you come to real quick.
Yeah, okay.
The dude's straight. So my buddy just goes in. It wasn't like coordinated fighting,
Just
drunk
arms.
fighting, and he kind of went heads down and did this, and he just landed one of them right on the chin of Jay was his name. Hit him, dude, and he just stiff ironboard to the ground. And right when he hit the ground, though, he just hopped back up. He was just like,
dude,
he laid flat.
Dude, I love watching that shit in the UFC. Dude. There was a Conor McGregor fight where he was fighting Eddie Alvarez, and the first time he like dazed him, he did like a flash knockout, and that.
Did he go flat?
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, and then the second he hit the mat, he like hit the mat, I was like, pop, he popped back up, and I was
That's
like,
exactly what happened. Dude.
What the fuck? It's so funny looking, but
it is. Dude. It's like, wait a sec, he's down. No, he's not.
Psych. That must be a weird feeling, you know what I mean? Because you're like get blacked out, and then you like wake up as you're falling, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah. God damn it, I cannot think of that. I'm still in my head. I've been racking this whole time. Like, who was that chick that did the last fucking main fight? Because we watched it and we're like, oh, this is kind of boring. It's like one of the most dominant chicks out there right now. Amanda Nunes, thank you. That's the fight that was one of the main events on the last.
Oh yeah, I guess it is like 10 or 11 over there. Thanks for joining though, man. Definitely, we're here Wednesday and Saturday, and it's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that's like 9 or 10 o'clock your time.
Yeah, dude, come back and join us, have some chat. We appreciate your input and your thoughts on this. So have a great day, or have a great night, have a great evening, man.
Yeah,
we'll catch you later. But yeah, I guess the Amanda Nunes fight was, I don't know who the guys. Yeah, take care, man.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the main event was with the dudes.
I don't think it was that eventful, honestly.
I know.
I feel like I would remember if it was.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird because Amanda Nunes is actually a really dominant fighter. Did
she lose?
No.
Oh, okay.
But she might have had a challenge, I think, in that fight, if I remember right.
I can't remember.
Yeah. That was crazy. Speaking of weird knockouts, that fight she had with was it Amanda Nunes? Yes, it was. I think it was Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
She fucking, dude, she teed off on her head so many times.
Yeah.
And Ronda Rousey was just like, staggering all over the ring, and like, you know how when you're just like, they're struggling, they're like a deer that just fucking came out of the womb.
Dude, like fucking
you're just like,
Tony
just go
Ferguson,
down already.
Tony Ferguson in his fight with,
it was much worse, more dramatic than that though.
Really? Because
yes.
Dude, Tony Ferguson was pretty hardcore in that fight, dude.
I feel bad. Yeah, that fight was crazy, dude. I feel bad for him.
But yeah, she was staggering like
she was
crazy.
staggering, and she never did go down.
What?
I know. She just she was staggering, and then she just stopped. And I was like, catching her surroundings and shit. But she got teed off on her head big time.
I feel like they should stop fights when shit like that is, if it's repeatedly happening. Yeah, I was gonna say, because like that's so dangerous for your brain to have that keep on happening. Like, you're obviously getting a lot of damage.
The thing about the Tony Ferguson and the Justin Gaethje, right? Gaethje or Gaethje?
I think it's Gaethje.
Gaethje. So that fight, the thing about that not getting stopped, why they didn't stop it with Tony Ferguson getting racked so much, was because Tony Ferguson was fucking also implementing damage. Like, I mean, he hit fucking Justin Gaethje with a fucking uppercut from hell, dude, and I can't even believe he took that shit.
I think that was the end of the second round, though. I feel like the last 3 rounds, he just took damage. Like, I don't know, man. I have to rewatch the fight, but I feel like Justin Gaethje, like, hands down won that fight. I know that Tony Ferguson did throw a few good blows, but I feel like it's very disproportionate. I feel like
it was
Justin
for
Gaethje
sure.
was fucking him up.
But still, Justin
Gaethje did have like a
took-
bloody mouth after the fight, but he seemed pretty calm and collected still.
Yeah, more specifically, that uppercut, man.
That uppercut was insane. I'm surprised
I
Justin
mean-
Gaethje. I'm surprised that Tony Ferguson took all those hits that he took, but I'm also surprised that Justin Gaethje took that uppercut too.
Yeah, dude.
And he's really
wow.
lucky that uppercut happened at the end of the round because Tony Ferguson was ready to pop off on him, and the bell just saved by the bell.
Yeah, that bell kind of maybe saved him at that time because
Well, who knows? But maybe.
it's funny because I heard him on Joe Rogan's podcast talking after that
He
fight.
seemed way more confident in the podcast than I was expecting him to be. Because he usually seems very humble, but then on the podcast he was
He had a big mouth,
he was a
yeah.
little cocky, and I was like, I don't like this. I like the
I don't
humble.
like this.
I like the humble fighter. Well, I do like McGregor, but he's like funny. You know what I mean? Like he's cocky in a funny way. Like he cracks me up. Where like HG, when he was being cocky, it wasn't funny. So it was just like a turn off for me. I was like,
Yeah, I'm very picky with my cocky fighters.
Yeah.
Like I'm not particularly interested in cocky fighters, but there are a select few I like Frank Mir.
Yeah.
And
They gotta be
McGregor.
entertaining for me.
Yeah. They gotta be exactly just entertaining, and they actually have to have some kind of history of winning a lot too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't really being cocky. I think should be.
But then Justin
again, it goes
Gaethje
back to
does
what-
have a good record, though.
Yeah, okay. But then it goes back to what we were talking about, act as if, too, you know what I mean? Like,
I think Justin Gaethje does he only have like one loss or something? I think he's like 14-1.
Oh, really?
14-1 or something. You know what I mean? So,
nice.
but I don't even remember. I know he has a very low amount of losses, and he's basically got all wins. So,
Nice.
I mean, he deserves to be cocky. It just doesn't mean that if you're not doing it in an entertaining way, it's not entertaining for me to watch. And I'm like,
What about, since we're talking about fighters, what are your thoughts on Khabib's fighting style?
You know what? I don't hate him cornering people. I just wish he was more willing to throw down too. On top of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was a little bit more balanced, if you're gonna do, it's like how long are the rounds? 5 minutes.
I think so.
So if you're gonna do 25 minutes of just pinning people in the corner, I mean, it's gonna get boring. I mean, I don't get as bored as other people because I like watching the technique and stuff. But I mean, it isn't as entertaining as watching fucking people throwing
Do
down.
you think that Khabib's fight at this point, do you think any fight that Khabib is in is because people want to watch his fight, as in they think he's going to be entertaining, or they're kind of hoping that he's going to get shut down and upset? Because obviously they're selling tickets still. It's either one or the other. Yeah. Do you think people are actually watching that to watch what he does?
Well, the Russians probably are.
Right, but that probably, I wonder what the percentage of, the live fans that makes, or any fans, even.
What percentage of the? Yeah, I don't know, but
I'd be interested to know that,
well, the thing is,
because they're a politic. I mean, it's a business.
Isn't Khabib like 32-0?
I don't know. Sounds about right.
Let's just look it up because we're just sitting here. We don't got a lot of material today, so let's just look up Khabib. What's his record, dude? Record.
Yeah.
His record is what the fuck? Stats. Why wouldn't you just give me the stats? 28
and 0, huh?
28 and 0.
Okay.
So okay, I thought
He's got 8 TKOs. Well, I guess that doesn't surprise me.
I'm surprised he's a lightweight. Why is this playing? So
Dustin Poirier.
lightweight. Oh, wait, lightweight's 155. I thought that's right. Featherweight's 145 pounds. I'm like, he's 145 pounds. 155. He's 5'10". He's like the same height as me.
Dustin Poirier. Is it Poirier or Poirier?
It's Poirier.
Poirier.
Yeah.
I think
it's French pronunciation.
I really like him, dude. He's a good fighter, man. He's got a lot of impressive knockouts too.
Yeah, he beat him apparently though.
I know. Well,
rear naked choke.
I mean,
It's Khabib.
He's dominated a lot of impressive fighters. That's what's frustrating. It's like, man, I think.
Well, here's also the
for
thing.
me, I want to see him get knocked out just because it's going to be an upset. You know what I mean?
I like Khabib's personality though, so it's kind of easy to root for him. He seems like he's like a chill Russian dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't talk a lot. He's not like overly cocky. He's just like.
Well, except for that one time he jumped over the fucking...
I don't think he was cocky. I think he was just passionately angry is what it was. I don't think that was cockiness, because if I remember correctly, McGregor's team was like throwing some like nationality bullshit at them, like talking shit about them because they're Russian or because of their religion or something.
Oh, okay.
So I think at the end of the fight, that was how pissed off he was. He was like, fuck you guys. What are you going to do now? You know what I mean? And I can understand that if they're actually like throwing like hate language at him, you know, before the fight and shit.
Yeah.
Because there was also like McGregor said like some insensitive shit to him, and then Khabib was like before the fight was just like, we'll talk in the ring. You know what I mean? He's like, he didn't even say shit. And then when they were in the ring and he was punching McGregor in the face, and I remember he was like, let's talk now. Let's like respect for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
That's hilarious.
But like for the most part, he doesn't really talk that much, you know what I mean? And I kind of like that about him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the humble fighter you're talking about.
Yeah. So I can dig that. He could be a little bit more flashy though, I would agree.
It is boring, yeah. And that's why I was wondering, like, what is selling tickets? Is it the boring fight spectacle, or is it the possibility that he might get upset?
That's the politics though. Is it the ultimate fighter, or is it the ultimate entertainment? You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're going for the entertainment.
They're definitely going for the entertainment.
That's where the money's at.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like if he did this,
that's why they sell.
If he ended up being 40-0 with the same boring fucking outcome, I think there's going to be a point they're going to be like, and you know, if they see the sales decline or whatever, I'm almost certain they're going to be like, hey, dude, we're actually going to have to see you do a little something more.
I don't think they're going to do that.
No, they wouldn't. I'm just saying there's going to be a like there would be a point. You know what I'm saying? If you went 40-0, 50-0, 60-0, doing the same thing.
I think what they'll have to do is if he keeps doing it, they're going to have to give someone that's like, because there is politics in who they match up people with, and I think he might. I don't know the matchup specifically, but there's probably some matchups that he'd probably have a hard time with. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they might just start throwing him harder matchups. You know what I mean? Someone that's like really good at takedown defense and it can box. You know what I mean?
Haven't they done that yet?
They probably have, but
they're throwing all these strikers in there with him.
Who has he fought? Like, has he fought like Justin Gaethje? Because like Justin Gaethje is like really good at
wrestling. He's
really good at wrestling, but he doesn't wrestle. You know what I mean? So I wonder if he could like stop Khabib from taking him down and then just fucking box him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder what weight class. God, what is his name? The Mexican fighter. You said you didn't like him too much. God, I just had it.
Eddie Alvarez. It's not.
No, it'll come to me. It'll come
Jose
to me.
Aldo.
No. Damn it! It'll come to me.
I said I don't like him too much. I'm trying to think of who that would be.
Yeah, because I think you said he has a cocky attitude, which he does. The guy always uses the term two-piece and a biscuit.
I don't know.
Okay.
that rang no bells at all. I don't even know who the fuck. Oh, that's a say.
That's a say, yeah. Just a 1-2-3 punch or whatever. Two-piece and a biscuit. Oh, man. Oh, it'll come to me. But, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. I'd like to see him fight him because he's actually I've seen him have good takedown defense. That's why I was trying to think of his name. That'd be cool. I wonder what weight class he is though. He might be less weight than him.
You know what? He fought McGregor though. McGregor has really good takedown defense. I don't know if you've seen his takedown defense. He's usually pretty solid, and Khabib got him, dude. Like repeatedly took McGregor down. So yeah, I've seen some people have a really hard time taking McGregor down. So. Mm-hmm. You think of like McGregor is only a striker, but like his takedown defense is really fucking good. So
it's gonna bother me. I'm sitting here racking my brain on that. Yeah. I think it was Jose something too. That's what. He's a Mexican for sure.
It's not Aldo.
It's not Aldo. No, he's a very impressive fighter.
Oh God. UFC Jose.
Masvidal, Jorge Masvidal.
Oh,
There we go.
Masvidal. Yeah, that dude's a fucking chud.
Yeah, he's a good fighter though, man.
It's not. It's Jorge though, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Jorge Masvidal. Yep.
God, dude. Yeah. Have you ever heard that dude talk, dude?
Yeah.
Oh God. Is you know. I hate the cockiness.
He's cocky, but again, out of all the people that I would say he's one of the cocky dudes that I actually like because he's backed it up, dude.
I like watching.
What's his record? I would be really interested to see his record.
I like watching him in the ring. I just don't like listening to the motherfucker talk. You know what I mean?
Oh, it just had it highlighted too.
Jorge Masvidal. Oh, UFC record.
Yeah. I mean, he gets a lot of shit too, so he's. I mean.
Oh, where did I find the? Oh, here, ESPN.
Game bred. That's right.
Wow.
Oh, he's got 13 losses.
35 wins,
But
though.
he's got a lot. He's very impressive, dude.
Wait, what is... I wish he would stop playing sound. What does Cerrone have, though? I thought he had the most wins.
The most wins?
I
Out of
thought-
what?
In UFC.
Are you serious?
36.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So he's right there with Cerrone almost?
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive.
Yeah, 36 and 13.
One of the most iconic videos for Jorge Masvidal is that backyard brawl with Kimbo Slice in it, and he's like fighting Jorge Masvidal is fighting this dude that's like twice his size, and he ended up pretty much
I mean, I
outboxing
remember
him.
those videos. I don't think I've seen that one, or I probably don't remember it.
Yeah, no, he straight went toe to toe with this big dude, and he won.
Yeah. Who has the most? Yeah. Well, that's not correct. Yes. Oh, this is in the UFC. Because this record is their MMA record. It's not just UFC.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cerrone has 23 in the UFC, so he still has the most UFC wins.
Yeah, I don't know. I focus on the big number too. I don't really care about the UFC. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
UFC is like.
Well, I was trying to see if there was gonna be something that was bigger than 36 here, but then it narrowed it down to just UFC. I was trying to see if there's someone that had like 37 or something. You know what I mean? But I think Cerrone is at the top and Cowboy's at the top. So
That's just crazy, dude. When
I do really like Cowboy though, like his personality. Cowboy has a great personality. I don't know if you watch
yeah,
that dude.
I don't remember his personality.
He's
though.
really chill.
He's got
really
a good
cool.
fighting style though. And he's
Honestly, I think his fighting style's kind of. I don't think it's boring. I think it's kind of middle ground. You know what I mean?
he's just a good stand-up boxer. Like,
I think he's a little sloppy, honestly.
I haven't seen much sloppy videos of him.
Not like sloppy, but I just don't think he has very good defense. You know what I mean? Like he's good at striking, but I think he has bad defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could be.
So I think like that's why he has so many losses. I think it's because he gets caught out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then all of his wins, obviously, because he hits really hard and has really good like face kicks and shit. His kicks are insane. So
you look at this and you see 36 and 13 and all that, and then I watched that one documentary that was like Fight World or something like that with Frank, that actor who basically went around parts of the world and kind of interviewed different fighters and different fighting styles.
Mhm.
And he went to Mexico where boxing is like a big fucking thing.
yeah,
And like he's sitting there talking to people that are, this one guy that was like a fucking Golden Glove boxer had 95 wins before he got his first loss. I'm like, 95 fucking fights?
yeah. I mean that's
boxing?
in the UFC though. Like what is who's that fighter that boxer that McGregor went up against? That was
Mayweather?
right? What's his? Isn't he like 50 and maybe
Yeah, I think he was 50-0.
his record? Yeah, he's like 50-0. So I mean, it's definitely different than 50-0. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what's interesting is I don't think McGregor was losing in that fight that he lost against Mayweather.
I don't remember it too much.
I
I know it was definitely more of a fucking
it was a political
it was
kind of money
political,
making thing.
exactly. That's all it was.
Like
Mayweather would never get in the fucking UFC ring. That's what.
oh no.
That's what,
no.
If they were smart, that would have made some money.
That would have
They
made
should
a
have
lot of
entertained both, right?
Yeah,
like,
because
okay, I'll come see you in your boxing ring, and then after that, you come see me in the UFC.
It wouldn't have fucked with, like, you still could have been like, he's 50-0 boxing. He's 0-1 against Conor McGregor in the UFC.
Yeah.
Okay, even if you're 0-1 in the UFC, it's like, fine, he still has 50-0 boxing, but like against Conor McGregor, like, who cares if you're one loss in the UFC?
I would have loved to see that, dude. Just seeing Mayweather
There's no way
tossed around or something.
There's no way, dude. I mean, maybe he could hold his ground a little bit, but like, probably not that well against someone in the UFC. Just
I don't think so. You have to really be surprisingly good and train a lot, and the takedown defense.
I guess that's probably right. What is? Oh god, I'm like so on this computer now. I guess we don't really have anyone in the chat, so they kind of. I was like, doesn't Conor McGregor has like a black belt in jiu-jitsu? So
yeah, I was really upset to see that because Mayweather's just, I don't know, he is cocky and I don't know, he obviously backs it up, but again, I would have liked to see him get out of his element.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen how that fight ended, but he was like, Conor was up against like the net or something. Yeah, he was blocking. And Mayweather was just punching, and he was just blocking the punches, and the ref's like, all right, we're done.
Aww.
And it's like, bro, come on. Like, you weren't doing real damage, because even afterwards, McGregor's like, what?
That's funny, dude.
And McGregor wasn't doing, like, amazing versus him, but he was doing all right. He was doing all right, you know, for not being an actual boxer, you know what I mean?
I really didn't like Mayweather after he did the fucking cheap shot to Ortiz. You ever see that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking... it's kind of controversial, so he basically, there was some kind of something going on where there was, you know, discretion and stuff, and they hugged it out, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, okay, yeah, and they
maybe I have
gave a quick hug.
Oh, you told me about this. That's why I haven't seen it.
And literally, as soon as they broke up, Mayweather fucking popped him twice and knocked him out, dude. And it's like, it was within seconds, dude. And then Mayweather's just like, yeah, you know, I mean, we're taught to, you know, you keep your hands up, dude. And it's like, bro, you were hugging it out. You didn't even give him a fucking chance to, like, I mean, can you imagine that? You're just like, yeah, good to go. Oh, and you're just like, you surprise him real quick. And I was like, that was fucking cheap shot, man. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
And then Larry Merchant was telling him about it too. It was like, you know, to the people that are, you know, saying that was a cheap shot and this and that, you know. And then he finally got into it, Larry Merchant, and started talking shit to him on live camera. He's like, you know what? You never gave me a fair shake, and then, you know what? Fuck you and whatever, dude.
Went on the defense.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. It was interesting, but yeah, I think he might have, because he was, I mean, there's been times where Mayweather's almost lost a couple fights, and that might have been one of them.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you want to talk about cocky fighters? He's definitely one of them. But well, let's switch gears. We've been talking about UFC for an hour.
Have we? Has it been an hour?
I think so.
Probably.
But
it's one of those podcasts, guys.
Let's switch gears a little bit. I got a question. You know how we use terms like dudes?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot you were bringing this up.
And my question was, and I know the answer to it, but is it I just want to know, is the term, is referring to a girl as a chick, is that coming across as being derogatory nowadays?
No.
I think it is.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
I think if you can't say chick, you also can't say dude.
I agree. I think there's a lot of one-sided opinions on that, though.
Yeah. I mean, if you gotta do equality, you can't do the derogatory terms versus the men if you can't take the derogatory terms versus the women.
Yeah.
So
I think so too. And then and furthermore, I just don't see anything offensive about that term specifically.
Chicks? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, it's just a term. It's just like saying dude, exactly.
Yeah. It's just like saying girls, honestly.
Yeah.
You're basically, you know, it's like chicks are little chickens, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's girls, women, you know, you're basically just saying chicks. You're just girls, you know, like what's up?
Yeah, no, I know. I wish we had a female to chime in on this to tell us.
Me too, because like
if they're offended by this. Which, by the way, we need to get a female guest on.
You know what's funny is I've actually asked chicks if the term bitches is offensive.
Yeah, I think I know the answer to that.
I've heard no.
Really?
Yeah. And, like, a lot of bitches be saying bitches. I think it depends on your context. It's, we were talking about that before, context. I think if you're not using it in a derogatory way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I'm like, oh man, fucking bitches on Tinder would be fucking saying some stupid shit. And I'm not really calling them actually bitches. I'm just saying like women, girls, whatever. Females are just, putting stupid stuff on their profiles and not like being like that fucking bitch. You know what I mean?
I think like...
It depends on the context, really.
Yeah, I think they think, I think it could be taken as derogatory because, like I said, maybe they're being compared to a female dog. Is that what's going on? I imagine that's probably where. I
don't think that correlation goes anymore. It's just like.
Is that reaching? Is that them reaching for the ones that take offense to that?
I mean, maybe, but like nobody calls a female dog bitch anymore. And anytime you say bitch to a female dog, you're kind of saying it as a joke because you're basically referring to the.
What's the male version of bitch? What would it be?
I used to
douche.
Say bitch. I used to say dick, or like asshole.
And why is douche referred to a dude? It's always a female thing. You know what I mean?
My favorite thing to do
to demasculinize, you know what I mean? To refer to a dude as being non-masculine, we call him a bitch, or call him a douche, which is used to clean a vagina.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. My favorite thing to do though is, since I think it's actually more fair to women, is I like to call women assholes.
There you go.
Instead of being like, she's a bitch, I'm like, she's being a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Because you are kind of being equal. Because I would say a dude doing the exact same thing as being an asshole. So I'm like, she's being a fucking asshole, dude.
Yeah.
And I like doing that, you know what I mean? But I also will call a dude a bitch sometimes.
I want to hear someone call a girl a douche.
I think I'd probably call girls douches.
Just to switch things up.
I use asshole a lot more, though.
Like, you're being a douche.
Yeah.
Oh man, it sounds more light. It's better than calling a chick a bitch. A chick a bitch.
What do you think about the C word? I'm not even gonna say it at this point.
A cunt.
There we go. All right, you're good. All right, cunt.
Cunt. Oh, Dan Pena loves that term.
I love that word. And you know what? I think Australian people and British people have it right because that's such a fun word, honestly. and fucking women in America. Stop getting so fucking offended.
I love when you can call a woman, you can get away with calling a woman a bitch, an asshole, a douche, a this and that, but if you call them a cunt, it's like, oh, you just raised the bar.
Dude.
It's like, what is it about that separates it from douche, bitch, chick, whatever you're putting in that box?
So here's an interesting topic. My sister's husband, I was sitting there, we were all drinking, me and my two sisters, and one of my sister's husband was sitting there, and we were talking, and I was talking about this dude that was being an asshole, and I was like, dude, he's such a fucking cunt. My sister's husband goes, ooh. And I'm like, what? He's like, I just don't like that word. I'm like, stop.
Dude, come on. You don't like that word, you don't like it for her. Like, I think he was just more worried about...
No, both my sisters didn't really care that much, so
yeah.
I think my family's kind of cool, so my sisters are kind of cool with it. They might not have liked it, but they weren't gonna like throw a fit about it. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious, though. Yeah,
and also,
reaction out of that.
That's another instance of me using terms without using gender. I'm literally calling a man a cunt. You know what I mean?
Gender appropriation, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. You know what I mean? I feel like you should be able to use the terms for either fucking gender. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to break that ground and kind of use it on both ends.
I mean, we're living
There's appropriate terms or times to use those words for both fucking genders, so.
I mean, if we're living in a time of where we're trying to push equality, gender equality, then, I mean, what better way to exercise that by... You know what I mean?
I don't think, honestly, especially in America where they put such a significance on the word cunt, I don't think there's much worse you can say about someone than calling them a cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love
I think I was calling a rapist a cunt. Honestly.
Huh?
I think I was calling a rapist a cunt when he got offended at me using the word cunt.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, he just got offended at the word, not at me, not the context, but it's like, That's the other thing. Stop getting offended at the word. Get offended at the context. The context was completely appropriate. Now, yeah, I was talking about a rapist. So, like, I can call a rapist a cunt because you know what? Rapists are cunts. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's probably being nice. That's
Yeah.
the nicest thing you could call them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so yeah, at least me and you were in agreement that chick, the term chick is not a derogatory term.
It's
If
just a
it
chick
is,
of
I would love
endearment
to.
for me.
Yeah, I would like to be in. I think so too. I would like to be enlightened on that. If there's a female that hears that term as women being referred to as a chick, I would like to know how that is offensive. Because I'm not.
Maybe referring them.
We're not confirmation bias, I guess.
Maybe you're right, kind of like referring to them as animals, maybe. But you were talking about bitch.
Yeah.
But like chick, you know what I mean?
Could
It's
be
like
both,
you
yeah.
call a dude like a dog, you know what I mean? Like you're a dog, you know what I mean? It's like, why you gotta refer to me as some animal, you know what I mean? Like some chick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I never think about the word chicken actually kind of make the correlation to like chickens.
A baby chick, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's such a part of
It's just a word.
terminology now
It's-
that
yeah.
I just think chicks, you know, they're chicks.
I think, yeah, people are. You're right. I think it's a victim mentality in a lot of those areas when it comes to that, or like people might think we're being insensitive by using those terms or something.
The context is all that matters,
Yeah.
honestly.
If the context is offensive, then yes, the term is offensive used in the context.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it goes. We just had this conversation about context last episode, I believe. People get offended at words and don't pay attention to the context. They just get so focused on certain words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't get it.
One thing I've been really into lately is law of attraction. We probably don't have enough time to dive into this, but we'll brush the surface a little bit. I think all of us can agree that the law of attraction is a very real thing, but I think it still should be relative on people's mind. Although they know it exists, they know it's real, they know how it works. I think people kind of forget about that and just live their life and drone out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The law of attraction, you kind of mean like manifest destiny.
That could be part of it, but more specifically, not even that deep. Just on a surface level.
Like you're attracting.
If you put out negative energy,
You're gonna attract
negative energy, vice versa.
Right.
Positivity.
Okay.
It's very, very simple. And that's how it goes. Like if you're interested in certain things, and you make it very apparent that you are, especially for a consistency of time and volume and all the shit we were just talking about, you're going to yield results that you want, positive results in that. Well, either way you go, negative or positive, whatever kind of energy you're putting out there, you're going to keep reliving, I guess we were kind of talking about a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's been on my mind quite a bit. My thing is I don't spend enough time around people, I guess, that share that same passion for it, because I don't get out there as much. I don't have a lot of friends that I hang with or chill with, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I can relate to that.
I'm so career motivated. I have a hard time relating to people too.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so I have a hard time. I just have a different mindset.
Yeah. I understand what you mean, but from a different perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're busy with everything. You're actually doing stuff. I'm just kind of busy with myself, my own mind and stuff, and I'm a little crazy, but
Yeah, we're all crazy in our little ways, man.
yeah. I didn't mean that like in a pity myself, or like, oh, poor me. I just meant like I'm a little fucking weird, and I like to be alone a lot, honestly, and I like to be by myself and with my own thoughts and shit. So I understand what you're saying. It's just like,
I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people really value their alone time and their
yeah. I like to have a healthy medium. It's like I like to be with people I'm close to, but then once I'm done being with the people I'm close to, I want to be alone. And I want to be left the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Like, Don't come bother me. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to be with myself. You know, I don't know. That's just me, but
yeah, no, and I think a lot of us, I guess it's just really, we all have different amounts of me time that we appreciate.
yeah,
maybe.
it's just introverted versus extroverted. How much you are, so, you know. I'm sure a lot of people are in the middle. It's like I took in the personality test. I've gotten introverted and extroverted, so I'm sure I'm like in the middle. You know, it also depends on my depression. You know, I'm sure it probably depends on your mood too. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're in a bad mood.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to hang out with people as much, and you're in a better mood. You want to be like, oh, let's go hang out with people and shit. So
yeah. The thing is, that goes back to perseverance, man, and persistence, because there's times where, yeah, I'm kind of, as you know, I talk to a lot of people, so there's times where I just don't have that option, dude. Unless I just turn off my phone and ignore people, then I'm basically committing to not advancing or improving when I do that, and that's not even an option for me.
yeah, I mean that's kind of everyone. There are times where you don't want to socialize with people, but you have to anyway.
You have to.
Yeah, it's part of life. It sucks, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Or, you know, there's times where people don't have to. They just, in their head, think they have to.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to terms that I have to because I have certain goals that involve me having to. Mm-hmm. Like, in order to get here, I have to go through this process that isn't always going to be pretty, isn't always going to be, I ain't going to always enjoy it all the way through. And so, but that goes to what we were talking about earlier. Like, I'm really trying to focus on not hanging up with the negativity. It's been tough too, like straight up. Just things that are always, you know, giving me friction. Get a lot of friction, and that's the hardest part, especially about running a business too, is you just got constant friction, constant. And so just getting thick skin and a backbone and fucking pushing through that shit is tough. And so I just want to, I keep it on my mind that, like, okay, if I just keep acting negative about this, I'm going to receive negative, you know, the law of attraction, what we were just talking about. Mm-hmm. If I'm putting negative energy out there, I'm just going to keep reliving this negative moment in my head over and over. And so I've really just tried to focus on that thought. Mm-hmm. And just like trying to brush it off, really, because like there's a bigger picture here, and this is just temporary. All these little fucking road bumps I'm hitting here. Yeah,
that's definitely true. It's really easy when you're in the moment to get caught up in thinking like, oh, this sucks so much, blah blah blah. It's always after, you know, you get the hindsight is 2020. You look back and you're like, oh, that was just like a small road bump, like you're saying.
Yeah,
and it's really hard to realize in the moment, like, hey, this is gonna pass and you're gonna be all right.
It feels good in the moment if you can do that, dude. I've been doing that lately, actually.
It's hard. It's definitely a skill. It's a learned skill. You have to learn it.
Yeah.
And then people aren't wired that way.
Yeah.
Usually.
It's really hard in the moment, but man, it feels so good to do that because you have control. Mm-hmm. You either have control of your mind or your mind controls you. Pretty much. That's a very true statement in my opinion. And so I just like to, I hate that thought that my mind controls me. It's a very real thing though. Yeah. Like if I don't have any control over my mind, it's going to create the narrative for me. It's going to do, you know what I mean? It's going to play tricks on me and do what it wants, if you will. It's kind of weird to think about your mind and, you know, you as an individual being these two entities, if you will. But it really is that. And it sounds like, you know, crazy talk, but it's very real.
It's definitely not crazy.
Yeah.
I just realized this whole time, I keep thinking that one of these things is popping up, but it's literally just the reflection of your hand going across the screen. That's why I keep looking at the screen, is because you keep moving your hand. I'm like,
nice.
But we are out of time. This is a cool we should definitely get back on this and go a little bit more in depth, especially with like the manifest destiny and kind of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Attracting things.
Law of attraction and manifest destiny, absolutely.
And also like synchronicity. I think that's a cool topic, so definitely put that in there.
I am down. And then we'll start reviewing some stuff. We got a list of stuff. We should probably get into that. We do have a guest coming July 15th. Special guest. We won't reveal him yet, but we'll put a post up of who he is. He's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, very soon. Yeah.
Smart dude, has a lot of intellectual topics we're going to be talking about, so I'm actually looking forward to that. And so yeah, stay tuned. Watch out for that post.
Yep. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, dude,
just trying
thanks.
to get this in time. Yeah, make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and Instagram and Twitter.
Oh yeah, there you have it.
Hell yeah.
And then keep your eye out for merch, and we need to get that Patreon set up.
I have it set up. We just don't really have a following, and we haven't promoted it, but I have it set up.
We'll get that going. So yeah, show us a little love. We appreciate you guys joining us, and any kind of input you got. We'll catch you next Saturday at 7.
Yeah.
Until then, keep it viral.
Keep it contagious.